All right, let's just chit chat real quick. I've seen some videos on YouTube, right? That is claiming that he went to a church or he belonged to a church or something like that. They did have him here in Indiana. He's on his way to Idaho. There is talk. Was he the cultist? Was he the guy, the Bible freak, brainwasher? You know, around that area or whatever. I don't know. Does he fit the MO of being one of them? I don't know. The more you look at the dude, if you look at the video of the pullovers, uh, the guy just didn't. He didn't look right. He didn't say much. He didn't. The only thing was he had them crazy eyes, right? Uh, they both were acting funny. Even the father, I don't know. It seems kind of crazy, but could he be a cultist? Meaning he had a group of friends. They were Bible freaks. Uh, maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all. And I have seen some videos where people are saying, now, do you think maybe he was some kind of a Manson or a church cult guy? He's he's starting to fit that. Do I think he's killed before? Yes. Yes, I think he's killed before. We might have an actual serial killer, and we just got lucky catching him. There's people coming to his defense. You got the wrong guy. You know what? On this channel, it's possible they have the wrong guy. But with all that's going on, it might have just took time to get the phone data back and things back. And then they did get it back and they said, pick them up. We're looking for the car. In a quadruple murder. He did bring up about some shooting that was out there, a mass shooting. But I do think that was probably to distract the police. He did mention that he had a PhD and he worked for the university, criminology. So that might have swayed the police a little bit. Hey, it can't be him. He's one of us. This guy's one of us. So you really can't hear too much. If you do listen to it, you can hear a lot. He did mention his PhD, the college, criminology. I thought I heard criminology or something. And that he worked for the university. So automatically that probably would, the police didn't even call in his license plate. They didn't even call it in. He gave him the license right back. Well, here you go. Be on your way. Have a good day. Very interesting what's going on. Could he have, could it be the Brotherhood of the Church Cult, or what do they call them? Panoramiums or what? Who was that one guy out in Texas? In Waco, Texas. That was a cult leader. Had mind powers over people and everything. The next Messiah, they called him. Could Bryan have been that guy traveling all over when he had time, downtime on school, whenever, killing? Yeah. Now, like I said, there's other cases in that area, in Washington, that fits the MO of the Idaho 4. They were killed in their sleep, stabbed. So he might be the serial killer we're looking for, and he might have killed many. And he don't look right. I'm sorry, but his father don't. I think they had an inkling that something wasn't right. He was looking at his father, like trying to hint to the. When I first seen it, maybe trying to hint to the police that the way he was making them crazy eyes at his dad, that you know, like maybe his dad was the killer, but then I think maybe it was because his dad was telling him too much information. Maybe. Do I think it's possible there could be someone else? Yeah. Connection. Well, we always said there might have been a connection between the frats, or maybe a student, or he might have been stalking her through social media, but that takes a lot of time to get all the data back. We'll see if he talks. You know, if he talks, depending if he thinks he's going to get away with it. If he don't get away with it and they nab him, he might cut a deal then and talk if there was anyone else. And it's possible there was someone else that knew about it or helped. I know there's a new video out there that said that he bought a knife in Washington from somebody for $350. And when he came and picked up the knife, that there was somebody in the vehicle with him, a guy or something in the vehicle. So somebody knew he had that knife. Now, could it have been a father-son team and they were some cult, Jehovah Witnesses or something like that, or brainwashers that go to people's house? I don't know. We get people like that here where I live, in my apartment. We get this same guy that keeps coming back. People tell him, don't come back. And he comes back here and knocks on the door. Two of them, older guy, a younger guy. You know, if we need the Lord, we'll go to his house. You know, anywhere two people pray or you pray to the Lord, is the Lord's there anyways, I think. But could he have been someone like that, going around acting like he was from the church, but actually scoping people out and places and things and everything? Maybe. Jealousy, probably. There's now they're definitely saying that there is a connection between him and one of the girls, that they were together. So this is the problem that I brought up before in the other video, is DNA. He might have been with her, you know. She might have known him and they might have dated shortly, and he was there. That would put his DNA there. It's going to be interesting, but I think they have something else other than that. Either phone records, computer records, cameras. I think they have a lot on them. I think they'll find toll road footage of him somewhere. He had to get on the toll road. There's somewhere he passed gas stations, stores, you name it. I imagine they have a video track of him all the way, possibly. If he stuck on the highway, came down here in Indiana on 80-90, they're saying that's where they got him, on 80-90. He didn't take no different route. Like some people are saying, he went all the way down into Indianapolis and then came all the way back up to it. No, it was right out here on 80-90, I believe. And it's toll road. As soon as you come rolling up on a toll station, you're being recorded. So I imagine they got him somewhere on the toll road. How long was his dad there? We need proof, definite proof, to make sure his dad wasn't out there and they were killing. He was looking at his dad like, shut up. Like he was an accomplice. Like his dad might have been an accomplice. You know, his eyeballs were looking at him like, hey, shut up. You know, giving too much information out, maybe. I don't know. But I imagine they got all kinds of footage of him. And here's the thing, it's going to court. He thinks he's going to win. And they better have good evidence. If not, he might walk. Being though he is, I believe, Jewish, and usually they stick together with stuff like that. I imagine people come out of the woodwork to pay for his defense and everything like that. But I think they got probably real good proof that it is him and possibly someone else. And that really, I keep, the case ain't closed yet. They're still taking tips. They're still taking tips. They're still taking tips on the Delphi case. They're still taking tips on the Summer Wells case and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, it's hard to say. He was book smart. I think that's about it. He was book smart. And that's about it. Now, if he's killed more than just the girls, then he is smart. If he's got bodies piled up all over the place, then he's pretty smart. Hey, hello, this channel no longer exists. So, yeah, I think they got their work cut out for him, man, because this guy could have been a traveling, him and his students, could he have been set up? He could have been set up by somebody, but let's see what kind of proof the government has. And if he did it, he'll fry. If he even makes it to the day he gets fried, if he's some kind of a cuckoo serial killer, I doubt if he'll even make it maybe to. He probably will. They'll probably protect him real good, but yeah. Now the real work starts. Now you got to pull up every murder case in these areas, pretty much across the United States, to see what MOs match of people being killed, stabbed to death in their bed while they sleep. Which this guy might not have done them all if there's hundreds and hundreds of them, but there might be some kind of an MO there. And you know what's fishy? What people ain't realizing, it ain't fishy, but what people ain't realizing is they might have DNA and direct proof from another murder that was in Washington. Now, I know I watched the videos that there was 2 more people out there before the girls were killed in the Idaho 4 that were killed very similar in the situation to what the Idaho 4 is. Is it possible? And I'm thinking this is what's going on. Possibly, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. My apologies. But I'm thinking they got DNA from a murder before Idaho 4 that linked him. And when the Idaho 4 thing happened, boom. They already had information. What they didn't have, maybe possibly, if they were tracking him for a while and they knew it was him, they could have had phone data, and that's what connected him to her. Who was the girl he brought home that night? And if you remember the videos that the neighbors said about him, they've never seen no one around there. And then one night, he brought home a woman, and no one's seen her since. Was that one of the girls of the Idaho 4? Yeah, 4. Or was it someone else? And the reason nobody knows or no one's come forward is because they're dead. Possibly. You got to find out who that girl was. Now I think I watched this morning a new video out saying that there was possibly footage of him in the bar, not the night of the murder, but before that, with one of the girls. This is going to get interesting. And these are all speculations and theories on this channel. They're all innocent until proven guilty, but this guy might be a serial killer, and it might have been a group. Maybe students. I don't know. Maybe someone set him up because he thought he was so good. I don't know. Maybe he was out with a bunch of team of people and they were killers. And someone tried to set him up before they went down. Maybe someone else got picked up and they ratted and picked him up. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if we make a new Monsters movie, both of them people can be in there, Bryan and his dad. When his dad turned to look into the camera, I was like, God, hello. Oh my God. I was scared. And then Bryan's got a problem with them crazy eyes. They about pop out of his head and they're like an alien baby. That's he ain't right in the head. And I'll tell you what, I think he's killed before. I really do. I think he's killed before. It's possible. Maybe not a lot, but I think it's possible that he's the murderer of the two people that were killed in Washington around the Idaho 4 case. And it might be a theory of mine, but it's possible they had his DNA from them murders. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. My apologies, but that's just my theory. My assumption. Yeah, that's about it. He's innocent till proven guilty. How deep does it go? Who knows? Could it be some kind of biblical cult or whatever, and they're just a bunch of, I don't know. But I know in the videos he did mention that he worked for the college and he had his PhD in criminology or something like that. And that probably eased the police officer of, well, hey, this he works for the college. He's got his PhD and he criminology or whatever. So maybe his guard was down. Maybe the cop knew the whole time that they had a bolo out on the car. And both times he was pulled over was, he might have got pulled over first by the cop. The cop might have got suspicious, put out a bolo on the car to keep an eye on it. And the second time he got pulled over might have been, they were just tracking him. Possibly, maybe they put a tracker on his car. Maybe. Don't know. But it'll be interesting to see in court. And who's going to defend this guy? Here's the thing. The case is sealed right now. So once he gets there, they'll go to court, open it up. Then his lawyer will be able to see what evidence the police have on him. And then the lawyer might look at it that he has now and go, oh, shit. Yeah. And back out of it. Then he will have to get a proper lawyer to hand, unless he's going to do it himself. We'll see when he goes to court and they open up the thing. Then they will be able to tell if they have evidence against him and what they have, the reason why they arrested him and believe he's part of it and whatever. We'll see. He could have been friends with all them people. They could have all known each other. He might have been friends with Jack. Both Jacks. He might have been a regular drinker at that bar. Who knows? We'll see. This is going to get interesting, I'll tell you that much. It's going to get pretty interesting. It's going to make a heck of a movie. I want to start the movie of him, the doors of the courtroom bursting open. I want a bunch of cameras there bunch of Chinese men. Oh, you ask Fry now. And then he comes into the courtroom, and that's where the movie begins. And then we cut there. And then we go through his life, college, the murder, or murders, many, we don't know. And then back to the courtroom where they find him guilty, and then off to the electric Ladyland electric chair, right? But I'm getting way ahead of myself because he is innocent until proven guilty. They're going to have stone cold proof that it is him. And if he walks, this might be another thing. They know it's him, like an OJ case. They know it's him, but they ain't got the proof it's him. And they might get him on something else, like the cause of death or whatever it is, on a different thing where he don't have to plead guilty. But everyone is hoping that he is the one or one of the people, and they have good enough evidence to say, once the lawyer looks at it, opens up the file that's sealed, then we got this. Then the lawyer might say, hey, they got DNA, they got this, they got that, phone records. This is going to be a tough one. I think you should get better representation because this case might make me look bad, so I'm out. But I imagine there's going to be a lot of people wanting to be his lawyer because this is going to be a high-profile case. If he gets off and a lawyer gets him off, it'd be one of the biggest, even if they have proof it's him and he gets off, are you kidding me? Whoever's law firm that did, helped him would be huge. Everybody would want him. I still think he killed the neighbor's dog. But what do I know? Yeah, he could have been. He could have been killing a lot of things around there, Debbie. You're right about that. These are just my suspicions and theories or whatever. He does fit the criteria of some kind of a church cult leader. Maybe his dad was a church cult leader. Is that even his dad? It don't even look like his kid. We'll have to see a photo of the mother, but he don't look like his dad, I'll tell you that. Is that even his real dad? It might not be, folks. We might have been lied to on the internet. And that would go back to some of the people that come into my chat and tell me, remember, don't trust everybody and don't believe everything you hear on YouTube. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm going to make some food. And I'll be back later. And Debbie, you might be right. Everybody might be right. There is no bad scenario or theory in a crazy world we live in. But he is on his way to, everyone's tracking that plane. I even got a UFO flying right by it. I'm wondering if I should do the deal. The Lord has already found him guilty. And a little laser beam comes out. But no, I wouldn't do that to the pilots. The pilots are good pilots. But yeah, everyone's tracking that plane right now. It'll be landing here soon in Idaho, and they'll have them, and then they'll open up that seal, and then boom, then it goes to court. He's trying to rush it. He knows they might not be ready for it. That's why he wants to get back there. He wants to rush this case. The better he rushes it, he can go, I want to go trial right now. That's what he can say when he walks in there. We're ready for trial. And then they'll only have so much time to get ready. They'll have to move fast. And that's what he wants. He wants them to be not ready for trial. That's what he wants. He wants to get this over with because there's a good chance he can pull a fast one. And they're just not ready for the case. You know? So it's going to be interesting. I'll be back here in a little while. I got to eat some food, clean up. I want to thank Debbie Fox for stopping in, and this channel no longer exists for stopping in. And who else stopped in? Yeah, is it possible he is a serial killer? Yes. And it is also possible that this is the first time he killed, but I don't think it is. I think this guy was killing animals, killing all kinds of stuff, building up his courage to kill something without any remorse. Animals, all kinds of stuff, probably, possibly other people. You know, you got to have a lot of courage to go into someone's house and try and kill everybody in the house. You know, usually people that their cheese jumped off the cracker onto another cracker and then jumped off and landed in a bowl of chili or whatever. Usually people, if you watch these cases, they just snap, go cuckoo, and they kill everybody. Right? We've seen cases like that, but not too many where their first kill is the whole house. You don't see too many of them. You know, you don't. I mean, you do, but you don't really see too many of them where they just wake up and say, "I'm going to kill everyone in that house, pick the house, and go do it." So I believe he's been killing something for a while, building his courage up to where he could do it without any remorse, any inkling of worrying about nothing. You know, that's just my opinion. I killing someone with a knife is very up close, and to see someone's reaction that you possibly know, right? These kids might have known him. They would have been shocked, but then again, they were all sleeping, so they had no idea probably who it was. If they were all sleeping until they woke up, then they probably fought back. So he had to build up. He had to be either a very angry man, whacked out on drugs, or he was building his courage up. Maybe the two people that were killed before the Idaho 4 was his test round for the whole house. Possibly. I don't know. I got to get some food. I'll be back in a little while. Talk to you later, alligator. Yes. Be safe, crocodile.